Hello Internet, God is love, and I'm Nigel Winters, bringing you the nerdy news in TV, video games, and movies. Let's start this. Last Monday, the developer for The Stanley Parable announced that he had a second game coming out. It was called The Beginner's Guide, and better than that, it was being released that Thursday. Well, it was released, and it's a fantastic interactive storytelling experience. While The Stanley Parable was full of different interactive endings, and you could choose your own path, and it was exploring the interactive medium of storytelling, this game is much more linear in its focus to tell a singular story. It tells the story of a game developer as through the lens of one of his fans as he's taking you along through the developer's different games that he made. It's a wonderful game. I recommend that you check it out. Moving on to the Humble Bundle. When is the Humble Bundle not doing fantastic things? They've announced that you can now have a monthly subscription package where for $12 a month, you will get a curated list of indie games just for you. So if you're looking for fun, cool experiences coming out of the indie scene, I recommend you checking it out, or you just want your Steam library to hit that 300 game count. On the flip side of new games being released, Rocksteady, the developer of Arkham Knight, has announced that they are going to have to push back the PC release of the game. This comes after several months after they took down their game from PC digital stores, as the PC release of their game, in contrast to the PS4 and the Xbox One versions, was full of bugs and graphical errors. They promised to then fix these, and they promised a full refund for anyone who had pre-purchased or bought the game already. However, we can't play until late October. Doctor Who fans, rejoice! We get a new Doctor Who spin-off. Previously, we had Torchwood, which was a more adult-oriented version of Doctor Who, and we had the Sarah Jane Adventures, which was the more kid version of Doctor Who, while Doctor Who was for the whole family. This new show is going to be more young adult-oriented, which makes sense considering the massive popularity of young adult fiction right now in the popular culture. Personally, I'm looking forward to it. It's supposed to be about a London teenager and his interactions with the Doctor Who world, and it's going to be called Class. Look forward for more developments. On the more business side of video games, TVs, and movies, Sega has announced that their revenue is lower this year than previously anticipated. Upon examination, they found it was their gaming machines division. They still do make gaming machines, such as slot machines and pachinko machines. And cost and development of new pachinko machines and slot machines turned out to not necessarily reap in the benefits that they were expecting would come in. As a result, Sega has announced that they are offering a voluntary retirement plan to 200 of their employees in that department. However, Sega fans, do not worry. Yakuza and Persona games still have the full support of Sega's game studios. I'm always a little sad when I hear Sega not doing well. I grew up in a Sega household because Genesis does what Nintendo don't. However, business is business. That's some of the news from last week in terms of TV, video games, and movies. Look forward to seeing you next time. Ajay Quadajas.